Hello, Search here for the Backyard Driving Range. Have a question that came into customer service. This one's from Drew Danko, and Drew says, "Hi Serge, even though I am an advocate and user of your approach, I went to a local golf center the other day to have my club head speed assessed. My reason for going was to determine why, at age 73 and in good shape, I cannot hit a 200-yard shot off the fairway with my 3 or 4 wood, even when I swing them well. The swing speed recorded for me was 72 to 77 miles per hour. The pro said, unless I can get it into the 80s, it will not be possible to reach that 200-yard goal. I can live with that, but it made me curious about what the clubhead speed Serge reaches with his 3 and 4 woods. So I would like to hear from Serge about that, plus any thoughts he may have on how us senior citizens can achieve greater clubhead speed. Thank you for all your good work, Drew Danko." Okay, Drew, great question. Now, what I'm really pleased here is that little sentence where you said, I can live with that, meaning that you might not be able to hit it 200 yards. I mean, the thing we all got to live with, folks, is that we're getting older. And as we get older, we slow down. And the general rule I say is if you're doing any activity today that you did last year, 5 years ago, 10, 20 years ago, say riding a bike or even running or doing some other physical activity, you can probably do it. Say you rode a bike 20 miles twice a week or whatever. You could probably still do it, but I'll bet you're not doing it as fast. If you ran a certain distance, I bet you're doing it a lot slower than you did, but you can still do it. What we lose as we get older is we start losing speed, the ability for the body to move faster. We slow down, right? I mean, just even walking from your house to your car, or walking down to the mailbox to get the mail. If you got a good walk to get to your mailbox, I guarantee you're not walking with the same speed you did years and years ago. Or if you work in a building and you were on the 3rd floor or something, and you always used to go up and down the stairs instead, I bet you're certainly not going up with the speed you used to go up. Might not even be coming down with the same speed. So if we can't do everything in our daily lives that we did at the same speed or the same duration, what makes you think we can still do it with a golf club? So what we have to do is we start after accepting that and start accepting it and start adjusting for it. That's why the PGA of America has this program called Play It Forward. Stop playing the correct tees. In fact, I think many golf courses probably need to start adding more tees. I mean, ladies' tees in most courses are still way too long. If a good player can play a hole and hit, say, a driver 7-iron to a green, then your average your lady that's a level player like that gentleman should be hitting about the same club. If a mid-handicap or a high-handicap man can hit a driver, say, 6-iron to that hole, then our average and high-handicap lady should be able to hit a driver 6-iron. And I guarantee you, most of the ladies' tees, they can't do that. And now as we get into seniors, I think most seniors' tees are still too far back, as we certainly get older. Now, I mean, I got to believe that if I stay in the same health I am and with the ability to do the Serge swing the way I can do it, the peak performance swing, I don't see me having any problems up to about 70 years old. But even right now, I don't play the back tees anymore. If a golf course is over 6,700 yards, I'm not playing the back tees. I like to stay at 67 to 65. And in 2 weeks, I'll be 63 years old. And so I don't need to stay back there and beat my brains out anymore. And so to get back and answer some more of Drew's question, what else can we do? We need more loft. One of the biggest things that all the certified Serge instructors are into is that in many cases, seniors are still being sold clubs way too long, the heads are way too big, the sweet spots on the heads, on the driver heads, are way out near the toe, which makes it harder to square the club up. I've talked about this before. It's called MOI, moment of inertia. The more with woods you take the club and you put the sweet spot out farther to the toe, that more weight out there makes it harder to get the club to square up. Doc explained it to me like put a box on the ground, even if it's just a shoe box, and put say 5 pounds of sand in it. And if we could find some force and kick it and measure how much it moved, get that number. Now add more weight to it. Kick it with the same force, it's not going to move as much. So that's the same thing with a golf club. And why do they put the sweet spots way out near the toe? Because they're trying to help slices not slice. But in fact, what all it does is make them slice more. bigger heads and with the weight out there, it just makes you slice more. They're building clubs for golfers to make poor swings and hit better shots. That sounds noble, but in the end, I don't think it is, because everybody that's on this site on swingsurgeon.com is coming here and staying here because this swing is making them better. They want to get better. So what happens now? You got clubs that are designed for you to make poor swings or back swings and hit better shots, and now you start getting better. You can't take those stripes off that Tiger. So now those clubs are going to have you hitting worse. They're working against you. So we don't need clubs with big hook faces on them and the sweet spots way out near the toe. We need them more in the middle, so you can make a swing. We need them the right length. We have to have the shafts correct. So you need to get to a fitter. As you get older, it's more important. Heck, I tell you what, I've had a lot of success with telling seniors, you want to really see what's going on, if your wife plays, go take her driver in 3-wood out the course and play. I did that a couple, 2 or 3 years ago. I made the challenge. I said, take your wife's 3-wood driver in 3-wood and go out and play with them. Or if your wife doesn't play, try to borrow somebody's, or go to the club and see if you can use a rental set if you're at a club. If not, just find somebody's lady's driver in 3-wood. And I said, come back here and tell us. Everybody was coming back in and saying, holy cow, I can't believe how good I hit it. Why? Well, ladies' clubs are built with smaller heads and therefore they're lighter, and the shafts are lighter, the grips are lighter. Everything's lighter about it. It's lighter. But when they're still, so they keep saying, well, we're building you a 45-inch driver. We're using an ultralight 55-gram shaft. I think somebody now is getting it under 50. And so we do all that. But it's still too long, and it's still got the weight way out on the toe. And who knows what the shaft is. If it's graphite, it's very difficult to make graphite shafts to any consistent flex. And so the only way you're going to know that is you got to go to a certified fitter and have them check out your swing speeds, check out where you load and unload the club, and get a shaft that's appropriate loads and unloads for what you want and at the light weights. And in many cases, what all our swing surgeon certified fitters are doing, and they're having tremendous results with the golfers who get to them with slower speeds, is you can't be hitting a 8-9 degree driver, especially if it's 45 inches or even 10.5 or 11s. They're having success putting seniors and other players who swing with slower speeds and ladies into 12 and 14 degree drivers. And instead of 14 and 15 degree 3-woods, they're putting them into like 17 and 18 degrees, which 25 years ago, that's what they were. Drivers on average were 11 degrees back then, and 3-woods were about 16 degrees. Now a lot of 3-woods are being sold 14 and 15. And so you go to a little bit more loft. When you lose speed, you need loft to get the club in the air. And you need the right length, the right swing flexes, and in many cases you need it to be made as light as they can with enough weight in the head, enough mass in the head to put enough power behind the ball, enough mass and enough weight behind it to penetrate the ball to hit it solid and get it penetrating through the air. But it needs more loft. So I think the most critical things for seniors, and I'm there, and is to you're going to need more loft, need smaller heads, especially with the driver. And I'm going to tell you what, don't be embarrassed. Go try a ladies club, and I guarantee you're going to love it. And a good swing surgeon certified fitters can build you a club closer to a ladies clubs at men's specs, and have you hitting it better. But I guarantee you they'll be building driver in 3-woods and maybe even 4 and 5-woods with more loft. So you can get it up in the air. You get it up in the air, it stays in the air longer. More carry is going to end up being longer, especially on most courses that golf amateurs play, because they keep the grass higher, because people can hit the ball off that grass easier. In other words, most golfers do play preferred lies, and when they give themselves a preferred lie, they jack it up a little bit higher, and so it's like semi-teed up, and you can do it, because many golfers can hit driver and 3-wood pretty good off the tee, but even a driver, when you can't hit that even off the tee, then you know it's time for more loft. 3-wood is the same thing off the fairway. You're going to need more loft. So check those things out. Swing surgeon certified fitters can really help you there. Smaller heads, more loft, and you're going to find you'll be hitting it much better, more solid, straighter, longer, and shooting those lower scores. Well, that's it for the Surge for today. Unfortunately, as we get older, we have to have equipment changes to help us hit the ball, hit it, and get more loft and keep it in the air on the longer clubs. And that's going to mean more lofted clubs, smaller heads, and very likely lighter. So get with your fitter, check it out, get it done, and you're going to find the improvement you're looking for. That's it for today, and I'll be talking to you all again soon.